Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Axxicus, your friendly neighborhood casual gaming dad, and we're back with another live stream, D4. It's hot on the streets. That's what's up. And we got a Frozen Orb Sorcerer now. So things have changed a little bit since we last checked in. And it's really come online, including a Shaco that dropped, some really nice end game items and uniques that I'm rocking. And I'm just about through the second stage of masterworking all of this gear and sort of farming level 60 pits to get myself through that. So that's what I want to get up to tonight. And hoping to group up with some clan mates and see what we can get done in terms of finishing off that masterworking, grinding the pit, and maybe even some torment bosses, and improve some of the loot that I'm working towards. But I think really it's mostly about the masterwork materials right now, and that is what's up. Just checking out my overlays, making sure the chat is on the go, but I don't believe it is. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, there it is. Yeah, it's coming in now. All right. I don't want too fast for our pits. I think I'm good on Helltide for now. Good on mats. I mean, I'm really only looking for gear with greater affixes on it now. The rest I'm salvaging. I might start thinking about selling some. I feel like I have a lot of materials. No, keep salvaging. There's other ways to earn gold. Let's see who's online. New kind of energy drink tonight. We got the Alani brand from Costco. Alani brand energy drinks. They're all right. All right. Well, like a lot of the time, it's tough to get a group in the clan. To get a group in the clan. To get a group in the clan. But we'll keep fishing. We'll be patient, and worst comes to worst, I'm going to join some Discord channels. But see if we can get some Discord on the go here. Gonna post. Okay. Boom. Probably go with some holy bolts. See what I got. I've been playing around with some aspects here and there. Apparently, whoops. Apparently shredding blades is a little bit bugged. I'm not sure exactly what's bugged about it, but I'm noticing it around quite a bit. I was using that aspect instead of conceited, and I had ice blades on my bar instead of lightning spear, and that seemed to be pretty good. That actually seemed to do better on the bosses, and that is a real struggle on this build. So at the risk of not hearing anyone at the clan just yet, I'm gonna just run one on my own. Doesn't take too long, and then I can group up on the next one. All right. I don't think I took an elixir. Here we go. Some holy bolts. I don't know, then I went back to conceited and the lightning spear, and everything's all right with that too, so I don't know, it's tough to tell which is better. The pit's been good in Season 4. It's a fun, fast grind, even though I'm completely turned around on this stupid map. And there's valuable materials at the end of it that you want for the end game, so I think they've done a good job in making me feel like I've got pretty good gear, and I've got gear that I can invest in, and I pretty much had that at 100 or shortly thereafter. Especially doing the big Nightmare Dungeon farm and all the Helltide farming and world bosses by that point. So they've really shortened that journey to get decent gear that you feel comfortable enough investing in. There's always the possibility of it being like significantly upgraded with these greater affixes, and you could re-roll your Masterworking to optimize things. So they've made the grind not necessarily about the gear that you acquire, but making that more powerful. And in order to do that, you have to go higher in the pit, deeper into the pit, and in order to do that, you need a stronger, more powerful build. So the grind is for those who want to invest the time, but if you don't, It's more easier than ever to get a maximum character and get it blasting with gear through the Codex of Power and the Helltide farming, where there's just so much loot dropping all the time. It's an interesting change of dynamics, and I've really, really enjoyed that so far in Season 4. These enemies were a bit sticky. So we're 3 minutes to get to the boss, more or less, here. Felt a little slow. But this boss is relatively easy. Famous last words. Oh. Sucked in. It's not necessarily the boss that's the problem, it's these little shadow clones that pop up. Okay. Alright, quiet time gaming mode. Yeah, I feel like I burst the boss better with that other aspect. Wonder how good Tal Rasher Ring really is. Okay, so it's pretty much always giving me the full stack here. Nothing to burst him down with. Okay. We're moving, we're moving. Hey, what's up, Sibos? Thanks for checking it out. I was just trying to pull a group together, you know, promote the channel. Thinking about going over to the big Diablo server, though. Clan is pretty quiet right now. Looking to grind some level 60 pit. If there's any existing channels. Also want to hit some Torment bosses tonight. Oh, wicked. Level 33? Yeah, man, that's a nice grind. Though, it's fun times. Let's go in and smash some Helltide. I've been playing the shit out of this game every spare minute that I get right now. Let's check out the friends. Most of them. Okay, might have a friend joining the party here. Just gonna see if I can get one of my masterworkings done now, actually. So I'm trying to finishing up the second stage of masterworking all of this gear. So I've got 1, 2, 3 more slots. I think I'm gonna try for... I gotta try for this necklace, rank 7 to 8, 1,000,000 gold. I have just enough ingoliths. Ah, that's cool, man. I go where my friends are too, dude. For sure, every time. Okay, plus 30% non-physical damage, which is effectively everything I do. So that necklace is looking real good now because I caught the boost on both vulnerable and non-physical. Would have loved the cooldown reduction, but there's still a chance for that. Okay. He said the pressure's on from streaming, but I said, it's all good, man. One viewer. So, what level are you thinking of running? Fail from... Yeah, when masterworking, you basically want like the best stats to get boosted every 4 levels. So, what's a good example of that? Like here, it triggered on the max life. I mean, that's still good. My Shaco, it got triggered on the cooldown reduction twice, which is epic. So that's a lot more cooldown reduction. This one hit 2, the main stat intel and vulnerable damage. This one hit twice on intel, like, so it's good. The main thing is like they've trimmed the number of stats down on legendary items this season. So you can actually really find a piece of gear with like the exact 3 stats you're looking for. One of them hopefully being one of these greater affixes, and then like you're good to masterwork anything. All right, so we're going to try to find the right level here for us to blast. And do I have some incense? I do. Yeah, you want the big stats to hit, but this year more than ever, or this season, I keep saying year, but this season more than ever, it's easier to find the stats you're looking for. Okay, so this is my level 75 Necro buddy. We'll see how he goes. Yeah, he's... What level are these things? 144. Jeez. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah. My bad, dude. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna boost him through this one. Oh, you mean the... Yeah, the tempering. I think you're talking about. You can put like 2 of those stats on a piece of ancestral gear. Yeah, and you can do that very early on. That's also very powerful. So you first have to find those manuals out in the open world. And it's quite cheap to do that on any piece of gear that you have. Now that we have this Codex of Power with all the legendary aspects you collect, you can just pretty much put that readily on any gear you find as you're leveling up. So then you pretty much get decked out in legendary gear. And on top of that, when it's legendary gear, you can temper it 1 time for its ancestral. So you can do like more cold damage, more fire damage. You can get more armor on certain pieces of gear. So definitely worth it to do that. Primarily, I would say on your rings and amulet, because most of your other gear changes a lot while you level up. So yeah, I would definitely recommend though, during the leveling process, temper your gear quite liberally. Like even if it's a stat you don't need, re-roll it, and you can roll it up to 5 times, I think, to hit the temper you want. This has to be my least favorite map in the pit. Like dead ends in places and get turned around in here. Yeah. Yeah, I think if you're in Hell Tides and then later, you know, you're going to run Nightmare Dungeons in the pit, all the resources are coming. This is where this build really struggles, though, is on bosses. And it's not usually the boss himself that does the damage at this level. It's like this little shadow minion, this guy, who's like a shadow clone of a real boss in the game. And it's his abilities, those red pools all over the ground, that are usually deadly. So you really gotta watch those. Oh, here's some burst. But I mean, that's just a tier 45 boss, and it's taken a minute there. Frozen Orb is great for plowing through all of the content, but single target bosses, not good. Not good at all. But I think I'm going to try that other aspect. There's apparently an aspect that's bugged out here, and it's doing more than it should. And that's the one called Shredding Blades. It's apparently doing more kind of vulnerable damage or increasing the duration more than what the tooltip says. And I'm also going to put the spell that it affects, Ice Blades, onto my action bar. I'm spec'd into it anyways because these are conjurations that pop up from my Frozen Orbs. This is going to take lightning off. I'm just going to have to keep an eye to see if I'm getting, like, all my Tal Rasha buffs. I think I still will. But let's see if this makes a difference at all. And see if he wants to do the same level. Also in the background, watching my beloved Toronto Blue Jays play against the Chicago White Sox. We are obliterating them right now, 9-0. But it's a moment of sunshine in an otherwise bleak season so far. Okay, he's good to continue level 45, so I think we do that. Red Sox, yeah, so what are the Red Sox up to this season? I know that they're probably not as bad as the Blue Jays, even though it was anticipated at the beginning of the year that they would be, but geez, the Red Sox are usually making more of a splash, but tell you, boy, this division, the American League East, that is a tough-ass division in baseball. Yeah, the hell with them Yankees. Just after the Masterworking mats in the end. It's what the games become all about, but you know what? It's... I want those materials, and I'm happy to do this pit in order to get them. It makes a lot of sense. They've really changed the game in terms of what you're grinding to do. You get the gear. I have the gear. I have all the gear I want with greater affixes. Yeah, Mookie. I was not looking forward to seeing Mookie for 10 more years. 30 games a season. He's incredible. But let me tell you a story about a time I went to a blue... back with some friends, I did a baseball weekend. I went to a Jays game in Toronto. I'm originally from Toronto. And then that night we drove down to Boston to catch a Red Sox Orioles game. We didn't have tickets or anything, but we were just going to show up and see what we can do. So we go to the Jays game. It's Friday night in Toronto. And this is like during some dark days at the Blue Jays after their World Series and in our long period of complete mediocrity. So the crowd is full of like... you know, business people looking at pie charts in the stands, and one of our dudes, Travis Snyder, hits for the cycle in this game, and honest to God, there was like a golf clap in the stadium. That was exciting, and me and my friends were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe we saw a cycle! Oh my God!" Anyways, we drive to Boston that night. And we show up the next day. It was like a nice, must have been like a 9-hour drive. Good old-fashioned road trip. We roll into Boston. We get down to around Fenway. And we find a scalper selling tickets to like, you know, rando Saturday afternoon regular season game against the Baltimore Orioles. And ticket was like a good price. and we were out in the right field bleachers. 2 uniques there drop. 1 a helm. Oh no, nothing uber. Anyhow, so we get out to these right field bleachers, and like the fans are like talking shit, but like they were the most knowledgeable fans I've ever come across. So one of the Orioles comes up to bat, and it was a Blue Jay that was just recently traded at the trade deadline. And he goes, Tony Batista, look at this guy. I can't believe Gord Ash gave him away for a bag of balls. Like he knew who that player was, who the Toronto GM was, and that we traded him for nothing, right? And I was like, oh my god, we come a long way from the pie charts in the crowd yesterday to like these right field bleachers where everyone knows every player and everything going on with them. It was one of the best baseball games I've ever been to just because of that experience. It's fun. All right. So let me check my Ingolith supply here. What's happening with that? Okay, almost at another masterwork. Let's try one more 45, and then we'll see. I might have to get into some groups that are pushing a bit higher here. Yeah, Boston fans are great. You guys are so used to winning everything in every sport. You've had so much practice doing it. Us other cities got to wait like 20 years between championships. Oh no. You're not a Patriots fan? The one Boston City? Or the one Boston sports team that you're, or the one sport you're like, yeah, no, another team will do from some other city? That's amazing. Oh, I think I get what you're saying is you're not actually from Boston, but Boston sports teams are your jam, yeah. Okay, I was picturing you being from Boston, but that's all good. Oh, yeah, just... hang on. Ooh, 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 no good, the CC. Okay, so what's happening with this aspect and this skill? I think the truth is going to be on the boss, because out here, I just basically plow through things. Some bigger explosions, that's for sure. I think this pit will largely come down to the boss, though. And that's, you know, that was the case in Abattoir of Zir back in Season 2. Been the case in a lot of progression systems in ARPGs. So that's totally fine. But Yeah, it's going to have to be a build that can run over the dungeon, but really hold up against the boss. I don't see another portal, which means we just basically got to kill everything on this freaking floor. How annoying is that? Thanks for tuning in, Cebos. I appreciate you, buddy. I'll see you around. Do we have to, like, go back? There's no chance. I have to go back and kill this one elite. They only provided just enough progression to get to the boss. Not cool. Okay, this is one of the easier bosses too. Famous last words. You never know what shadow clone is going to show up here. See, on his first stagger, I've almost got this boss down to halfway. I was maybe getting it down to 3/4 on that other build, so I definitely feel like there's something to this build in terms of a little more single target. And I think that's needed for the game right now. So I'm probably going to stick this out a little bit. But once again, I'm so happy that you can just like switch the aspects like that quick. Skills on and you're good to go. Now, the Tal Rasha, was I getting enough stacks of that? Not seeing that on my buff bar. All right. What are we going to masterwork next? I think I got enough for one more roll here. So only 2 items left. It's only pants or chest. Probably not do these T-bolts will because I have a one with the maximum damage increase. So I'll go the chest first. Oh, and we boosted the armor. Not ideal because I was already capped. Would have loved the mana per second there. Yeah, we hit the tempering. Where can I lose some armor now? I guess in the gems. But, I mean, what would you replace them with? There's one more thing I can try. Try Tyrael's Might. Yeah, save it up. It'll come in handy. Okay. So, we got one more to fill. pop on this incense again. Oh, that was an interesting entrance into the pit. Just right here with the enemies. Okay. Cool. I'm ready now. So I got like all kinds of holy bolting action on Tyrael's might, and what did that do? Oh, that brought my armor way down. It brought my resistances way up. Interesting. This is kind of fun with Tyrael's might. And I'm getting all of the buffs with Talrasha, even with ice blades on my bar, so get up here, protection shrine, buddy. Come on up. Okay, bossy boss. Let's see. Let's see this build. Now, this has the Tyrael's might. The armor certainly doesn't seem to be a problem. Yeah, okay, so once again, I'm about closer to half, though, than 3/4 after the first stagger. This build is definitely doing some more damage. Tyrael's might, though, I might just rather have the aspect and the armor. Oh, although this is a pretty nice burst here. Okay. What? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do Teriel's Might. It's just like this chest better, man. Armor, max life. See if I can get a 60 down. And a carry. Also comes down to who the boss is. We're making it. Really want to kill this guy. I'm gonna come back for that pylon. I think I could progress on this floor and come back to that pylon. Gotta loop around there. Hey, bud. I'm not gonna res you here. Just revive. Yep. Okay, did not loop back around. So, I think I'm probably going to just take that shrine on the way up to wherever we're going there. Help me finish off this floor. It's lethal though, that would have been nice for the boss. Oh, we're going all the other way anyway. That's a few times on this particular map I've been turned around. Not a great map for me. It'll come in time. Do enough of these runs, but... Okay, let's see what the 60 boss feels like on a carry. Scourge, I can deal with him. Yeah, not nearly as much damage draining as on level 45 a bit ago. Just gotta avoid those fire abilities from his shadow clone guy. Okay, one more stagger here. Not gonna have my cooldown though. Shit. And I don't think I'm gonna get him staggered again. Okay, those little floating cloud things that are hard to see are a problem. And this shadow clone guy with his fire is also an issue. Just gotta stay away from that and we'll be fine. God, he's like barely taking any damage now. What's up with that? Fucking clouds and ads and this fire thing. God. And just like barely hitting him like a wet noodle right now. It's a long boss fight. And it's not even over yet. Whew. Think we need 120 Ingoliths to make this final masterwork. As soon as I get that, I'm gonna bail. One more. Think I could do a level 50 though and get away with it. I've played a lot with this dude back in the day and all through D4 since launch. We've always found a reason to group up. Said he's a lot more casual nowadays. So I'm happy to group up and give him a little boost through a few levels here in the pit. The other thing I can change at will is my key passive, which right now I think it's into Ver's Mastery, but I've also liked Avalanche as well. And that might work good with Ice Blades too. I have to check that out again. And there's some glyphs where maybe some more damage could be had out of them. I'm still gonna have to experiment. Might be good on the boss. We'll leave those up there. Leave them up there. That's how to do it there with that shrine at the end. Right to the boss with protection. Slither. No, almost. So that guy covers the floor in red bubbles. Or red blood pools. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Oh. It's not usually the boss abilities that kill you. It's these shadow clone. All right. So this hopefully gets me Did I get it? I think my game is frozen. Let's see if I can get a boss group going here. Okay, D4 crashed on me. All right. Oh, maybe we got D4 server problems. we're back, we're back. What's up? Alright, well, we had a game freeze and crash there before the break. Prompted the break a little early. But we're back, and we are... We're going to switch up gears a little bit from the pit. We're going to go see if we can make our last... Yeah, lots of people just reporting their little issues with the server there now. Okay, so let's see if we can get this last point on the pants. We have just enough. Max resource, okay. Would have preferred the damage or even the damage reduction again, but I've got a better pair of these pants ready to go when these mats become a little more plentiful. So there it is though. Everything right now is 8 of 12. That was a nice bit of grind. Gear's looking nice. Another uber unique could go there, the Starless Skies ring. We're going to go hunting right now. We're going to see if we can do a Torment boss here. Start in clan. I always start in clan. See if we can get a group going. Okay. And quiet as usual. Maybe it's still these server issues, but okay, I'm going to go to Discord here and see if I can go... Why? Oh, there's Torment boss group now. Okay. I'll do Tormented on Dariel too. If this guy's got room in the group still. Tormented Varshan. Oh, that guy came on. Feel good. Cool. What do we got here? A barb and a necro. Cool. With the 4th coming. Torment bosses incoming. With the D4 lo-fi beats to guide us through this nighttime stream. Gonna have to do some mats link in here, so we sitting pretty on the mats. We're gonna run these Torment bosses. Triple the price, but 5 times the loot. You're stupid not to be doing them right now, but it always helps to have friends. Roger that. I'm going alpha. Oh, yeah. Good burst in this group. Just don't get hit by that rotating fireball at the end. Yeah, I think my damage, lack of boss damage, is hidden a bit in this group. Oh. Still gotta stay alive though. There's that fire ring. More important to stay alive than do more damage. Takes so much to finish these bosses off this season when it gets to this stage. Did I just do that right there? Okay, I got my spreadsheet out. Yeah, well, the Sork is strong for staying alive. So, what did we get there? Got Blue Rose. We got 2 Soul Brands. We got 2 T-Bolts. Right. Oh. I don't think we reset. Finally. Okay, I'm gonna let them do the burst off the rip. What? Whoa. And Soul Brand, Godslayer. Soul Brand, Godslayer, Banished, Flame Scar. And an X-Files. Sure, I should go avalanche here. Do 6 pulls. There. Another flame scar. Banished. Soul brand. X-Fall. T-bolts. Damn, now I got hit with a long loading screen. I think we gotta cut ties here. Again, second time tonight. Apparently there's an update. No. Just gotta wait a minute though. See if we can get our character back up and on the run. Very choppy game right now. Narina, can you log yourself in and hopefully be in the same group? long loading screen again. Well, I think we're about to ruin a good time here. Can't really put up with a game that's not functioning. So, didn't work out tonight there, but we got some Torment boss pulls. We did some pit grinding. We got all the gear masterwork to 8 out of 12. We're ready for the next step in the game. We found some more boss damage, I think, hopefully, on this Frozen Orb build. So that's for good times to come. But for now, we're going to call it a night on this loading screen. Thanks for tuning in, and